Well, right now reports are that ads in Central American countries are encouraging families to come to the U.S. illegally to seek asylum. The Associated Press reports these ads are telling people they're to come with the children and that they will be granted asylum, creating the influx of undocumented immigrants crossing into the U.S. Some are allegedly being let go and asked to return for their hearings, but it's unclear how many actually do.
And we're also learning that right now a small border community is becoming a hot spot for mass surrenders by undocumented immigrants. Just take a look at this photo showing more than 250 illegal immigrants surrendering to Border Patrol agents last week just south of Grande. U.S. Border Patrol confirms that another group of 100 also gave up in that same spot just a few days earlier. This morning to talk more about the problem, we have Chris Cabrera with the National Border Patrol Council. So good morning, Chris, for being with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being with us. And let's talk about first the problem. How many surrenders are you seeing on a daily basis, and what does this mean for you folks there at the Border Patrol?
Well, we're seeing hundreds of surrenders on a daily basis, valley-wide. Just yesterday, I think we had close to 60 or 70 at one point.
Wow. And so daily, we're getting numbers of 200. Are those numbers correct?
Yeah, there was, I think the peak was 250 just in one day, in one group, not necessarily throughout the day, just at one time.
Okay, and so who exactly is surrendering, and what do these mass surrenders mean for you folks?
Mainly it's the women and children. Some of them are unaccompanied children, and some of them are family units. And what it does is it taxes our resources. We're having to pull away from regular patrol duties to transport these people into the station to process them, and it's overwhelming our system.
Exactly, and I think that's the big question. So many people want to know, where are these people being housed? You folks are running out of space everywhere. Yeah,
and Border Patrol is not designed for long-term housing. We're a detention center. Well, not a detention center. We have detention facilities. We don't have beds. We don't have bedding. We don't have hot meals or showers or anything like that. So when they are in our care, we can't properly care for them.
Okay, and a very used term in the Border Patrol is OTMs. That means other than Mexicans. Those are the influx of people that are really coming through our borders. Tell us more about that.
Well, we're getting a lot of OTMs, not just the Central and South American countries. We're getting East African countries. We're getting people from Asia as well. And the paperwork process is very long and involved when you deal with the other than Mexican.
Okay, one thing that you heard probably right before Brett was talking about it, ads being aired in Central America to apparently come to the United States, you're going to get asylum. Have you folks heard about this, and what can you tell us?
Yeah, we've heard about it. Apparently the perception is out there that if they come into the United States that we are going to let them go. Some people come and they try it, and we do end up releasing some of them, and once we release some of them, word gets out that it is correct, and more come.
Yeah, that's the controversial issue. I don't know how much you can go in depth about that situation, but we're calling it catch and release. Some of these illegal immigrants that are coming and are being released, what can you tell us about that procedure and that process?
Well, it is happening. What we're doing is we're bringing them in. We don't have detention facilities, especially for women and children. So when we do get the women and children, we're having to release them on their own recognizance. The problem with that is they're set for a court hearing with an immigration judge, say 3 to 6 months from now, and 97% of them don't show up for that hearing.
Right, and they're going to various areas of the United States, obviously. What dangers does it pose when they come into your facilities? We've heard of scabies outbreaks and other diseases. What can you tell us?
Yeah, we've been seeing scabies, we've been seeing chicken pox, we've heard the measles are hitting certain facilities out there. Some of our agents have contracted scabies from the undocumented. Also the risk of once flu season rolls around, MRSA, those different things, and it has the potential not just to harm the people in detention facilities, but our agents, their families, and ultimately when they travel outside of the valley to make it more widespread.
What kind of peace of mind can you put right now in viewers' heads about the efforts being placed right now in the Border Patrol to make sure that these people are given due process?
Well, our Border Patrol agents are going to do the right thing. Our Border Patrol agents are hardworking men and women, and they'll do everything they have to do to make sure that these people deserve the humane treatment that they're getting, and that they get the proper paperwork filled out, and hopefully CBP and DHS does their share and starts opening up more detention facilities and starts requiring mandatory deportations.